Hey guys, Pixel here, back with another episode of Pokemon Planet. So, last we left off, we had just defeated Misty, but just barely. So for this video, it's mostly going to be a large amount of me grinding and preparing for Surge, but also a large amount of this playthrough was just me exploring the game and what more it has to offer. But I'm pretty sure the next part is not going to be Erica just yet, as I think we still need to deal with Team Rocket for that portion of the game. Moving on, so after last episode's fight with Misty just barely succeeded with Bellsprout only hanging out with a chunk, I knew grinding was really the only option for us to move forward. So I decided to grind on the patch of grass next to Nugget Bridge to get a little bit of experience for Charmeleon. But seeing as how high his level was, I decided instead just to almost instantly to go and challenge the trainers north of Cerulean using Mankey as I figured he would be able to take down some of the rock type trainers. Unfortunately, I made another misjudgment. There were pretty much no rock type trainers this way, or at least the first one wasn't. The first camper I encountered pretty much slapped down Mankey almost instantly, causing him to faint. So I am almost immediately, once I defeated her using brute force, I went back to the Pokemon Center and healed, and decided to go back to grinding in that patch of grass for some more levels. And it took so long, just running back and forth, grinding up my Pokemon, and I did. And as you can see in the process, Spearow evolved into Fearow, but it took way too long to be able to challenge those trainers. But I was able to clear them out and was able to progress to the next part of this challenge. And for the next part, I then ran into another kind of bit small change that occurs in this game, which is the fact that when you talk to Bill, he's just sitting there and says, "Hey, you can go do this errand for me," and he hands you the ticket to the SSN. Nothing really special there. It's just kind of odd because normally it's a memorable experience with him, but that's just not how it is this time. Anyway, after receiving the ticket for the SSM, I was off. As soon as I actually figured out a way on how to get out of Cerulean. I mean, seriously, I was just spent almost 10 minutes just wandering around Cerulean, having no idea where I was going. I'd take a path that I thought was just a new way on how to get there, but it would either be a dead end or, oh, this is the way to the rock tunnel. Yeah, there were just so many weird pathways that either opened up or just never really were closed. And after then deciding to move south of the city, I come across a ledge. I just decided to casually jump over it, and turns out that it brought me down to where the route south of Cerulean was, which makes sense. And normally it's blocked off by a tree, or it's only accessible via walking through somebody's house, so I found it very odd how accessible it was. I just ignore it and move on, walking through the grass patches and past the Descartes into a very abnormally bright looking underground path. I mean, just look at this thing. Anyway, after walking through this very bright nightmare of an underground path, I come up on the route right before Vermilion City. And before heading to Vermilion, I decided to clear out all the trainers on the route before heading in to go for a quick heal up, talk to the Pokemon Mover Learner, and heading to the Pokemart to buy some Pokeballs to add a few new members of my team before heading out to the route next to Vermilion. And while on that route, I added 2 more members to my team, Sandshrew and Drowsy. And after doing a little bit more grinding on there, I realized that Charmeleon still, even Charmeleon, my strongest Pokemon, wasn't able to really do well against the Pokemon of this region, so it was mostly just me swapping back and forth between the route north of Vermilion and the route next to it, going back and forth every few levels to see if I was ready. Then I decided just to grind on the part next to Vermilion because it just gave better experience until I got Charmeleon up to level 30. And after leveling up Charmeleon, I decided to put all my focus on Bellsprout. This started by first going into Diglett's cave and starting to do some just light grinding on the Diglets, which I was able to pretty much take down, mostly via using a Vine Whip and one-shotting most of them. But they did do significant damage, and I did have to go down back to the Pokemon Center a little back every once in a while. But as you can see, I did evolve Bellsprout into Weepinbell, and then I tossed on a few more levels just for good measure. And partway during the Bellsprout grind, I decided to maybe try and level up Sandshrew a bit on some of the Diglets, but he just did not stand a chance against them. Well, Magnitude was very powerful. The Diglets also had Magnitude, which was super effective against Sandshrew. So I decided to withdraw from grinding there and decided to continue on with the errand Bill gave me. So, as per Bill's errand, I boarded the SSN and was preparing to take down some of the trainers for experience, but turns out none of them actually wanted to fight, like, at all. There was no battles whatsoever. Heck, the doors that would have led into things that would have been trainer battles didn't even work. So I just walked in, rubbed the old man's back, picked up Cut, and then left. But not before teaching it to Sandshrew. Now I guess it's time for us to take on Surge. Alright, gym time. So the gym, in comparison to Mystery Gym, was so incredibly easy. It's pretty much a sweep with Sandshrew. With the fact that it resisted most of the Pokemon and was one-shotting almost all of them with Magnitude, and evolving in the process. And after taking out the last of the trainers, and with one final level giving a little extra boost to it, I decided to take on Surge. So, and Sandslash was able to actually take down half of Surge's team and pretty much almost knock out his Magneton before going down to a Mirror Shot. But I then sent out Charmeleon and pretty much almost sweep the rest of them with Fire Fang. And I got a little bit nervous when he got paralyzed by Electabuzz and took a few Thunder Shocks. But one last Fire Fang was enough to take him down, earning us the 3rd badge. And that is the end of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Part 4, part 4, I think is most likely gonna be mainly Team Rocket / based around Giovanni fight, around the Giovanni fight. And I don't think Erica's gonna be a main thing until maybe part 5, but it all depends where we go from here. But yeah, I really hope you like this, and you check out the next one. Peace.